What's that, mighty Collin Johns? Ye who uses the downward angle will win the firefight most of the time.
Collin Johns is going around watching tournaments, especially 3, 3-5, 4-0, 4-5 play, and he's saying people are not using the downward angle just like in this point, right? Because we're having a crazy firefight. But we could have won this point so much sooner or lost this point so much sooner, right?
What defense? Like, Sam and Octavia playing out of their mind.
But are they really playing out of that mind? And this is a Collin Johns tip because, look, I have him moving back. I'm in blue. I should have kept hitting at his feet in a downward motion. And I don't have to kill the ball because sometimes letting gravity bring it down a little more at his feet is a lot more effective. It really is.
The law of the downward angle in pickleball. Ye who angles his paddle downward during a firefight will have a higher percentage chance to win the point. Angle your paddle downward at the toes, take a little off it, let it sink, you'll win the point more. Thank you, Collin. Thank you so much. Firefights are usually prolonged longer than necessary because people are trying to show that stronger, right? So they're prioritizing power over control, and if we can aim it down at the feet, the downward angle rule, you're going to win the point more often and end the point sooner. Yes, you are.
Here's a really good example of why you shouldn't swing too hard using the downward angle rule. I was right there. I did hit in a downward angle somewhat, right? But I swung. If I would have blocked it more, the gravity would have had a little more time to take it down. This would have given me a little more time to prepare for my forehand middle, which I was looking for in the first place. And take a look at this. Why does Gabino pop it up, right? Because that's the rule. We should know when David's attacking, the angle of Gabino's paddle should be higher above the net, angled slightly lower from David's attack point. And I have a really good example. He's an instructor in Utah.
You're ready. Actually, you're ready depending on what he's doing, right? You're actually going to be right over here, right? I got my paddle up here. Yeah. Up here. Because if he hits it up, I want to be able to punch it down in his knee. If my paddle's here like this and he hits it, up, I have to go back up and then back down. So now if he hits it quick, I'm like this, right? And then I end up popping it up. But if my paddle's already up, boom, right there.
See, that's exactly what that guy was saying. Exactly. Thus, if we prioritize control, angling that paddle down at the feet, over power, we're going to win more firefights because we're using the downward angle rule. And although it doesn't feel as good as nailing your opponent right in the chest and screaming something you might regret later, how about we win the point by angling our paddle down, right? Law of the downward angle. And stick with me now, because if we do this, change our paddle angle to this, they're going to have to change that paddle angle to that. It's coming at that feet. That's still going to be swinging hard. And if we let that go, it's going out most of the time. Most of the time that's going out. So we need to let more outballs go. We'll go back to rule number 2, I think.
Never hit outballs? And take a look at the man in the top left-hand corner. He's in white. He attacks perfectly, right? He's aiming those balls at the person's feet. I know he didn't win this point, but how many points of these do you expect him to lose? 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. My point exactly. If you're attacking right, you got to keep attacking right. He's going low, slower at the feet. I picked this because look how many amazing shots Mark Napatovich has to hit to stay in this point. It is not highly likely they win. Here's another point. Collin Johns is not telling us to crush it at the person's feet like the person in yellow's doing. Take a look at what Mark just did to win the point. Here it is, right? The person in yellow is really crushing it. Sometimes it's easier to block at the feet when you're crushing it at that feet. Look what Mark did. Look how he used gravity to take this ball down, right? The ball's still sinking, and it's tougher for Scott to identify where the ball is going to land, thus making it tougher to get back in the court.
Pickleball lovers, did you like that tip? How about this tip? Because this is way better than the tip I just did. And don't forget to have a good day.